Of course, Prince was amazing, but Envy also looking so much better now as Faker is going to make it to 800 games here, and we'll see whether they can pick up a victory after the Game 1 loss.
When I went to write down that Kyle POG, I had like no hesitation. I was like, oh man, it's 11 out of 11. And Willer's just going to play another game of Wukong, it looks like here. A lot of defensive options you could use, very strong into Valkyrie engages or package engages. And it just feels like a lot of comfort here for Live Sandbox. Kind of a weird path we took to get to this point, but ultimately, Live Sandbox still have great poke. They have really good disengage. My biggest issue here for Live Sandbox is that the bottom lane isn't going to go well, and now this Jace on the top side can be a weak point that Owner exploits.
For Faker.
Here comes Willer.
Be in trouble. We were talking about this. Gets the boot back as Zez just going to walk it out as best he can. Hasn't flashed yet, guys. Is going to flash eventually. Kyle and Envy needing to play with a lot of respect as Willer will get the bad news. There's a Piggy stealing his stuff, but he's going to be able to get that red buff onto Owner. Gets the flash out as Kyle overstepping a little. Nice sidestep on the Peacemaker as the heal comes in. Let's see whether they can get anything. It's just got Owner out immediately. Winter's Wrath not going to land, but the Arctic Assault is going to be there. Now, the attack continues. Envy moving forward. They look for Gumayushi, who takes a lot of damage, but Envy, he hasn't even flashed yet. Is he going to? Yeah, he does finally. And now that is a dead Varus. Really beautifully done from Carrier. Picks up first blood.
Peculiar choice. They wanted to make a set play with the grenade there. So here's the Emperor's Divide.
Yep, Faker is just going to trade that for another Valkyrie as he looks to turn it on to Closer.
Here, before this Rift Herald fight, this is very risky.
Yeah, there's a Glacial Prison, and Closer should just die.
Emperor's stepping forward here.
Well, we're going to see another play as into the top lane comes Owner, and Permafrost is going to hit onto Bertle. He does have Flash available, but he realizes that extra plates. Still a couple of minutes left on those as well, as Faker is down here on the bottom side. Envy taking a lot of damage. Look at that non-committal CC.
He's like, hold up, you bought the wrong item. We might want to undo that one.
Yeah, I think so. As Owner's going to come in, Will is here as well, but they are very far behind. Bertle going to be the first one to flash away. Oh, the knockoff is so good, but unfortunately, it's not good enough. Zayas can just keep charging these, and he's got another Soul Furnace. That's going to be the double. Owner here just in the nick of time.
And, I mean, okay, hold up, Faker.
Another delivery to the turret, as Faker has a lot of Sand Soldiers to contend with. Closer trying to set up for this one. Has Leandri's. Oh, the last auto's not going to be there.
Doesn't flash for it.
Okay, well, Carrier's just going to throw a full combo into Closer, and he sets up for it. Even Bard.
Slap down into the most confident game of all time. I don't know. Envy, you sidestep this when you might be dead anyways.
Well, the flash comes in. Great Light Binding is going to connect, though, as Kyle is going to get taken down. Gumayushi is all over the place right now. Willer lying in wait. Live Sandbox. Can you find an avenue to do battle here, as one Lucent Singularity is enough to zone them out? Okay, Envy. Another cleanse is going to come through. It's a decent Cyclone by Willer as Gumayushi's in an awkward spot. The Emperor's Divide is going to pick him up, but it's a trade for two already. That Light Binding was so sick, as Carrier's like, you got POG, Kyle? Where's mine? As I think he might be able to get at this game. Zayas is going to pick up another kill on his opposite number.
The game is doomed now, for sure. And it was doomed before this, but Willer sets up the Cyclone. The timing of the collapse here is a little bit off because the teleport comes through so late for Closer that he can't use the Cyclone except for Emperor's Divide. And to watch Carrier with this binding. 1, 2. But just everything is going right for T1. They're all playing and hitting their spikes beautifully. They have the advantages here in these fights. And in one heroic attempt, from Closer with the TP there and the Cyclone flank doesn't come up big. If it does, maybe you're still a little bit surprised he was allowed to play it in game 2, but you don't want to give Owner the Elise.
Yep. Certainly like a few things that you have to ban right now is Willer going to be cycloning, but look at this. Carrier's just keeping them in position alongside Owner. Envy in a bunch of trouble as well. Just look at all of the damage raining in from everywhere. It's a double kill. But Gumayushi's angry about dying earlier on as Faker's flashing, lands the blind rocket.
With his crown, obviously he can be up more in the thick of things into,
okay, Mason Holt gets the kill. That's another one.
And, I mean, he's not afraid of anything. He's like, I'm looking for another Light Binding. Where are you guys coming? You guys trying to walk through here?
Well, Willer, he has stolen these before, as Owner says, well, we're not going to let you. Jay's going to go down first. Yeah, and he's moving up as Closer doesn't find the Emperor's Divide. Bertel trying to make his way in. Closer goes golden as now Envy has to deal with Ona. Zeus is going to move in as well. Can he find it is the question as Faker will go down. Maybe he does die in his 800th game, but I don't think he's going to lose. Light Binding will connect onto Bertel, who dives on in. Does have to make his way out though, as the Warrior Trickster clone is going to be taken out. And now the flanking Gumayushi, absolutely terrifying, as Willa absolutely nowhere to go. And there it is, the final headshot will come through. And there is the ace for T1.
He is the shell that slides through all of Liv Sandbox and gets a 1-up at the end.
Yeah, I think so.
As Closer here, Emperor's Divide totally misses as Faker plays the flash well. Awkward timing here for Carrier, but they still get the kill onto the Azir, and then this long con flank I was talking about with Bertel does succeed in that it helps kill Faker here, but the longer fight is just lost. Guma wasn't here the whole time. He's like, oh, okay, you guys need my help. All right, fine. I'll kill the stragglers. I'll lock them down as these traps do not connect. Willer comes at him for a second, and he's like, oh, it's just
like, where am I supposed to walk, man? Had all of his traps ready. Are able to take it down, and remember, like T1 to lose that fight. Faker does go down, but one kill, not going to be the end of the world. There's a package delivery as Faker will go golden. What the heck is that package damage? That's 2 kills from just package Valkyrie combo. It's revolting. Emperor's Divide going to be used onto Ona as the Q from Zeus doesn't land, but look at how tanky these boys are. They are just not taking any damage whatsoever.
It's the messiest ace, or the fastest and like just bloodthirstiest ace I've ever seen. I mean, 20,000 gold. 20,000 gold. Does feel like if you watched the D+ versus Liv Sandbox series and then you fell asleep and just woke up and watched this one, you'd be like, oh man, nothing has changed. I think that 6-2 might be a typo in the top right. This game is arguably more one-sided than the last one early on this season. T1 bringing it to a 3rd game. Not much to see here.
No, absolutely not.
Oh!
They're trying to make us forget game 1 just a little bit, as now they're going to go for some kills. Willa in the bouncy castle as Bertel dives on top, manages to take down Carrier, but the Nexus will fall as well, and a big grin on Faker's face, as you can see.
끝낼만한가?
끝낼만해?
빅클리라 끝낼만할 거.
얘네 5명 다 우물에다 이끌어줄게.
5명 나와도 끝날 것 같은데.
내가 탱 해줄게.
탱탱.
간다 아니야.
밸류 차이가 말 안 돼. 탱 해줄게.
들어봐. 왜 이렇게 못 밀어 근데?
나 좀 미안.
오.
뭐야?
오 맞았다.
타워. 아니 아무도 안 치는 거 보소.
아 느리긴 해.
난 치긴 했어.